Hello students, let us continue chapter number 6. So today we are going to discuss our next topic, that is rise of independent nations in Asia. So first we will discuss one question based on this para. Which countries of Asia got independent in and around 1947? So answer to this question is India achieved independence in 1947 after long struggle of freedom movement. Due to Britain's policy of divide and rule and other certain reasons, India got divided into two nations, namely India and Pakistan. Similarly, countries like Sri Lanka and Myanmar got independence in the year 1948 after struggling for many years with the British. The United Nations played an important role to liberate Indonesia in the year 1949. Asian countries like Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam also got independence. Now, the next topic is rise of independent nations in Africa. During Second World War, the countries of Africa got inspired from the freedom struggle of Asian countries. As a result, during the tenure of 16 years, that is from 1951 to 1966, 40 small and large African countries became free. Abyssinia, South Africa, and Egypt were among the free countries. After these countries got independence, once again the imperialist countries tried to establish supremacy over them. However, these countries either joined the superpower or took help from the military to maintain their freedom. Now, the next topic is non-aligned movement. The policy of not joining, that is, aligning with any of the two major power blocs, namely America and the Soviet Union, after the Second World War, was known as the policy of non-alignment. The non-alignment policy gave rise to the non-aligned movement in the world. The non-aligned, or say neutral nations, aim at overall development while maintaining their individual existence. The non-aligned movement, that is NAM, is a group or say organization of states. It also called the Non-Alignment Council. This council consists of 23 Asian countries as well as 6 Asian countries. The non-aligned movement, that is NAM organization, was found in the year 1961 in Belgrade in Serbia. This movement got a positive support from India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, Indonesia's first President Sukarno, Egypt's second President Gamal Abdel Nasser, Ghana's first President Kwame Nkrumah, and Yugoslavia's President Joseph Broz Tito. The policies of NAM were framed under the leadership of Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Nehru believed that this movement continued to see a role for itself. As per him, the movement can view that the world's poorest nations remains exploited and marginalized no more by opposing superpowers, but instead in a unipolar world. He also believed that NAM has realigned itself due to the dominance of the Western countries and their colonialism. The NAM opposes foreign occupation, interference in internal affairs, and aggressive unilateral measures. The non-aligned movement had identified economic underdevelopment, poverty, and social injustice as growing threat to peace and security. Today, more and more countries have joined the non alignment movement. The 13th Union Summit of NAM was held at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on 13th May 2003. Last 4 decades have witnessed many important events at world level. Few of them are disintegration of Soviet Union and hence decrease in the power of Russia, America emerged as a superpower, decrease of imperial policy, etc. The NAM has played a very important role in this situation. The non-aligned nation with their non-aligned policy were successful in contributing towards world politics. The non-aligned movement was successful in showing off its moral impact for maintaining world peace, stopping war, maintaining human society and nationalism, as well as the superpowers adopting an attitude of disarmament. Now, the next topic is partition and unification of Germany. Germany was the main cause behind both the World War. It faced a humiliating defeat in World War II. At the end of the Second World War, administration and economy of Germany was totally ruined. There was not a single large party left in the whole country that could rule the nation. Moreover, Germany was held responsible for both the war, so the world feared that Germany may lead the world to another war. Due to these reasons, the powerful nations of the world decided to divide Germany into 4 parts. It was decided that these 4 parts would be controlled by 4 different countries. Now, East Germany controlled by Soviet Red Army, that is Soviet Union. Southwestern Germany controlled by America. Area of Germany near France controlled by France. Area of Germany touching Belgium and Holland controlled by England. A coordination committee was established to maintain administration of these parts by these countries. Now, the unification of Germany. The division of Germany into 4 parts was a temporary arrangement. It could not sustain longer. Controller of Germany, namely America, France and Britain, started thinking about another alternative arrangement. Meanwhile, an atmosphere of distrust and doubt had already started between the power groups, that is America and Russia. Soviet Union feared that in any new arrangement it would lose its control over East Germany. America, France and Britain unified parts of Germany and the regions of Berlin that were under their control and declared those areas as Federal Republic of Germany. On the other hand, Soviet Union declared East Germany as German Democratic Republic and established its government there. Thus, after the war, 2 independent German states came into existence, namely West Germany, that is democratic, and East Germany, communist. Now, West Germany had more political freedom and its economy was growing faster. Hence, many learned and prominent citizens of East Germany started migrating towards West Germany for enjoying these benefits. As a result, in June 1948, Soviet Union banned the movement of East Germans into West Germany. This incident was known as the Berlin blockade. Student, you can underline this sentence. It can be asked in 1 mark question. A very tense situation arose between the Western countries, that is America, Britain, and France, and the Soviet Union. Later, to prevent the migration, Soviet constructed a 42-kilometer long and high wall between East and West Berlin. Now again, you should underline this sentence. It can be asked in 1 mark question in the exam. The communist government tried to prevent thousands of East German citizens from jumping and entering into the free atmosphere of West Germany. Many people lost their life in doing so. After about 4 to 4.5 decades, West Germany made an astonishing development. Experts considered this as German miracle. On the other hand, there was no remarkable change in the economic condition of East Germany. The East German communist government neither gave any political freedom nor rapid economic development to East Germany. By 1990, many important and far-fetching changes took place in international politics. Owing to these changes at international level, the Cold War among superpower ended. Moreover, the Soviet Union got disintegrated. As a result, both the East and the West Germany got united on 3rd October 1990. Student, you underline this sentence. It can be asked in blanks. People broke down the German wall, which had become a symbol of German division. Some also believe demolition of the Berlin Wall as the end of the Cold War era and celebrated the occasion with great zeal and happiness. Today, unified Germany is one of the strongest economic powers of Europe. Germany has made a tremendous economic development in last 1.5 decade and is one of the most important and leading nations in the European Union. Now student, I will explain you the further topic in my next video. Thank you.